Hello there, Capricorn! Welcome to Dragon Tail Tarot. My name is Ariel, and I will be doing your tarot and astrology reading for the period of August 21st through 31st. First off, I want to mention that this is a general reading. It will not correspond with every single Capricorn. If the messages resonate with you, then they are meant for you. If they do not resonate with you, then please disregard them. They are for some other Capricorn. And this will be corresponding to Capricorn Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising signs, as well as all Capricorn cross-watchers who are more than welcome to hang out with us. While you're thinking about it, make sure to reach out, hit that subscribe and like button, or as I say, give it the dragon claw up. This is a very new channel, so I'm definitely trying to expand and reach more people. And every time someone clicks that like button, it absolutely helps it get into people's feeds of what they should watch next. So I'm going to go ahead and jump right in with pulling first a card from the major arcana in the tarot, and also a spirit animal card to see which one of these are most closely aligned with you right now for this last period of August. Dear angels, divine beings of light, helpers and healers, I'm working with the Sun, Moon, Venus, and rising sign of Capricorn. Please protect their energy and mine as we go through this reading. Protect all of us and give us good, clear, accurate messages for the highest good. Thank you so much. Ooh, so beautiful, Capricorn. Love, love, love this card to come out on the top. That is the Empress. So to me, she's of course aligned with Taurus and Libra, very Venus energy. So to me, she's kind of like that ultimate powerful feminine creative energy where it's, you know, this works really well with all the Virgo that's coming in right now. You know, because there's that agricultural sense to it as well, very connected to the earth. Very stabilizing, very grounding kind of energy as well. So, you know, this is a great time to get more creative, a great time to feel like you're stepping more into your power. And so let's pull a spirit animal to see which one of those wants to come forward for you. Do not want to blend. Wow, they're having a little bit of a tussle. All right, let's see which one of you wants to come play with the Capricorn here. All right. Oh, wow. So the white stag, that's such a beautiful card. And to me, that has that very old kind of Celtic, Druidic symbology. So anybody that's kind of drawn to those, you know, parts of life or those spiritualities, the Wiccan or Wiccan energy, that's very strong. Oh, it's so perfect for Capricorn. You are an old soul. And we know Capricorn's an old soul. Your best friend is nature. Use your intuition to take you where you want to go. Awaken to the powerful force within you. You are meant to create blessings with your magic. So this is a very, very magical, very strong, beautiful symbology. And of course, combined with that Empress, wow, because like I said, she's a creator. She's got that magical, powerful side of her, which is very nature connected. Absolutely gorgeous start to your reading. So when we go into your astrological influences for the month Capricorn, getting into this late part of August, we're leaving a lot of those planets in Leo right now, and we're shifting into quite a pileup of Virgo, which is actually extremely positive for Capricorn because both earth signs and they are very much in alignment with each other. Going through the Leo process is a little harder for Capricorn because it hits that 8th house of Scorpio, which really, it digs up so much old, you know, buried stuff, old psychological things, old, you know, secrets, mysteries, stuff that you kind of maybe didn't even want to deal with anymore. You thought it was over. So it's like sometimes if it needs to be healed a little more, it comes up again. thankfully passing out of that phase and going into the time of Virgo, and there's such a lot of Virgo coming. So let me tell you a little bit more about that. I've got your universal chart right in front of me. And so we have Mars in Virgo August 19th. We have the Sun in Virgo on August 23rd. We have Venus in Virgo August 22nd. And then the last couple days of the month, we hit 5 planets in Virgo because Mercury is shifting in there, and the new moon starts in Virgo on August 30th. So huge pile up right there at the end of the month. A very powerful way to end our August there. So when we look at the Capricorn chart, you know, you can see I put Capricorn, of course, this way you do a general chart. There's different ways to do it, but this is the way that me and a lot of astrologers do it, by putting Capricorn on the rising. And so you can see there's that, you know, Saturn and Pluto going on very strongly in the first house. And this is why Capricorn is definitely in a phase of rebuilding and recreating the identity and who you are, because there's a lot of power coming in from Pluto being in your sign for quite a while now, Saturn traveling in your sign for almost a year now, and so this is really rebuilding you. And Saturn being in its natural sign, your ruling planet, it's very strong. So with the shift of all that Virgo, that's going to highlight your 9th house. So this is the Sagittarius house and Aries house respectively for you, and so this brings up tons of fire energy. So Capricorn, you're not going to be willing to sit idly by. Not that you ever are, but you're going to get the let out. The procrastination is over. The waiting around is over. You know, thinking about, I want to do this project. I want to get that started. I want to go to this next level with my business or something that I'm doing for myself. And you might have been waiting for even years, because Capricorns are very patient. I'm a Capricorn myself, and I know that energy is so strong, but then it's like once you finally get moving and you start actually going forward on those things you want to do, you're like, wow, why didn't I do this sooner? But this is going to be a lot of impetus for you to move ahead. Some Capricorns may be traveling, you know, coming up into August and September, or just having more movement in general, because the 9th house energy is so much about traveling and forward movement. It's also about education. So if you're a Capricorn, either going to school or going back to school, taking a course, advancing studies, this is all part of your deal right now. Very, very strong, very positive. And you're extra intuitive right now too, because of that Jupiter movement through your universal Pisces house. So you've definitely got the creative spiritual magic going on as well. So let's pull a couple of astrology cards, and I'm going to pull for 3 points, the major points on the chart, sun, moon, and rising, and see what extra guidance comes out for us goaty goats here. Woohoo! Wow! Oh my goodness! So yeah, for the sun sign, like I said, this is about getting out, walking in your truth, being more yourself. This is the Aquarius house, the 11th house. So it's telling you to use that conscious mind, that sun, the solar awareness, get out there and be with your friends, be in a social circle, tap into the universal awareness of the planet, get more connected, get more proactive. Aquarius is also this house is so much about causes or charities or championing rights of, you know, other people or animals or the planet. And so to me, this brings out a very kind of revolutionary energy for you, Capricorn. So what's connected with the moon is Saturn. Oh, our ruling planet, there it is. And I said right now, Saturn is in Capricorn, so don't be surprised. And Saturn, I love the keyword they use on this card, is the truth. Very much about the truth. So interior-wise, Capricorn, it's time to be very honest inside yourself on what works for you, what doesn't work for you, what resonates with your deeper soul, or what doesn't. Be very, very clear about that. I'd also just make a note that sometimes that connection of Saturn to the moon can bring a little bit of melancholy. It can bring out a little bit of the blues. And the reason for that is because the moon is so sensitive, it's our interior. And Saturn can be kind of that more harsh public judge. Like, it makes you feel like, well, here's how I'm judged versus the way how I feel inside versus the way the world's looking at me. So just be easy on yourself, be gentle with yourself. We know you're tough. We know us goats, we're very, very tough. We're very resilient, but we need to be kind to ourselves too. So that's very much a good note there. So also connected, interestingly enough, we got Saturn connected to the moon. Then we have the moon connected to the rising. And the rising is what we project out to the world. It's what we're, channel all of that energy through out to the world. So you're kind of coming across in a more feminine, more gentle, more nurturing, comforting way, Capricorn. Whereas before, maybe we're a lot tougher on others. This is kind of saying, just relax, be a little softer with yourself and with others. And the moon also is very much about, to me, always the home and the family. And so whatever feels like home and family to you is what I'd really say is like, that's a driving force. You're looking for that stability. You're looking for that feeling of interconnection and like, okay, when I come home, I feel really cozy, I feel restored, I feel nurtured. And so if you don't feel that way about your home, it's time to change that, shift it up so that you do feel more rooted, stable, secure, all of those things. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull some tarot. We're going to deepen this reading and see what comes out for you for this end of August. Okay, so Capricorn, wow. Oh, a lot of nostalgia coming to the forefront here. My goodness. Okay. Wow. So, all right in the middle, Six of Cups. That's very much like that's kind of almost a little, sometimes a little bit melancholy, again, a little bit like, oh, I really miss my person, or I miss somebody that's in my life. You may be missing someone that's very independent, who's kind of off on their own journey or on their own adventure. And it's not your fault. It's not your doing that they're doing that. It's like their life is just already in that pattern. And this is also saying that, for you personally, there's two ways to look at this. It's like you can also see it as you may be missing something, but this is encouraging you to develop your independence, your unique spirit. To me, this rebel, he's the Emperor card in the regular Rider-Waite, but in this one, to me, he feels very Aquarian because it's that really, kind of rebel spirit. It's like I'm doing my thing. I'm walking to the beat of my own drum. I'm not worried about what other people say or think about me because I know that my path is true. And that's for you too, Capricorn. It's like breaking the chains of the way that you may have held yourself back. So don't get too caught up. I know Capricorn is one of the strongest signs that leans toward nostalgia. Absolutely. And so, if you find yourself kind of pining or feeling kind of wistful about times gone by, it's like, remember that, you can only work with the now and step into your power in the now. So don't let that, ruin your present at all. So what's going on in the immediate past? This is really great, actually, because here comes your natural energy, that Queen of Pentacles, which is a Capricorn card. So this is that stability, that strength, that creativity, that resilience. So this is really reminding you you're coming from a place of strength. And also, here comes that Chariot on top of it. So this is absolute spiritual awareness. And that Chariot to me always brings up a little bit of a Sag feeling because it's that traveling, that moving forward, that spiritual growth energy. So you're coming from a place of a lot of spiritual awareness. You've become very well acquainted with the fact that you know who you are and you're learning even more who you are. So on the deeper undercurrent, here comes Mr. Hermit. That's that aloneness card. And Capricorn is very well acquainted with a feeling of loneliness. But what we want to turn that into here on the undercurrent, the unconscious needs that you need to know, is that Instead of loneliness, turn it into aloneness, which is the presence of oneself rather than the absence of the other. So very important. And here comes another very fiery character, similar to the rebel, similar to this emperor. Yeah. So there's that King of Swords. Not swords, I'm sorry. King of Wands. And he's the creator. You know, he's tapped into source. He's tapped into that higher, you know, universal consciousness. And so this is about, you know, really your personal journey, Capricorn. This is about you stepping deeply into your power. And I keep reminding Capricorns, this is a power time for all Capricorn and people with Capricorn in their chart because of Pluto's energy for the last 7-8 years in that sign. So it's all about your personal power. So here on the higher mind, we've got a couple positions of cards that, you know, your guides, your guardians, higher spirit, higher mind awareness that you may not be totally tapped into, but it wants you to know this. So take your time. Do not rush. It's fine. One step at a time. As long as you're moving forward, it's fine. You will get there. Absolutely. And on top of it, one of my favorite cards of the whole deck, in any deck, is the Strength card, the number 8 in the Major Arcana. This is the one in the Rider-Waite with the woman calming the lion, calming the ego, calming the pride or the negative, you know, parts of ourself, and the spirit emerging. So this tells me that it does take some courage for you to step fully into who you are, but you are in the process of it, of letting the better parts of yourself overcome the harder parts of yourself, which are really, you know, they're passing away, Capricorn. The more you work towards it, the better it gets going into the future. Here's that King of Swords. This could be Aquarius, Gemini, Libra energies as an air person. It's also another king. So to me, it's a, you know, a more detached energy. If you've become very emotional or very weepy or kind of, you know, really sad or depressed about something, this is reminding you to be a little more clear-minded, a little more logical in your action. And then laying over top of that is the Stress card, that's 7 of Wands. This is all about don't take on too much. And Capricorn's the king and queen of biting off more than we can freaking chew. So don't do that. Simply put, don't do that. Because when you take on too much, you run the risk of everything falling apart. Just like this card, he's got so many things up in the air that he's working on. That stupid little monkey down there, he's about to pop that balloon and send it all crashing down. So don't put any more on your plate. Keep it simple, and if anything, simplify it even more, Capricorn. So let's pull some more cards and see how this outcome looks. All right, wow. So the suggested approach is to really use a lot of love, a lot of kindness, a lot of sweetness here, Capricorn. It also tells me that when it comes to love, there's a part of you that's totally fed up with something. This is like, I'm done. To me, that 10 of Wands, it's like anything that you've been repressing, where it's like, oh, I've been putting up with somebody's bad behavior, or people not treating me right. Oh my goodness. It's like it all just boils to the surface, and you're just like, I'm not putting up with that anymore. So you're absolutely putting your foot down in love, and you're also approaching things with more love, and that includes love for yourself. So yes, be more gentle, be more generous, compassionate, loving with your own being, because when you do that, you're not going to put up with people treating you poorly, and you will love yourself more. Therefore, you will attract people who will be more loving. So very, very solid advice there. Oh my goodness, Capricorn. Beautiful stuff though, actually. These are really, really powerful. Okay, so what you need to know, here comes that 5 of Wands. This can get into that bickering, the arguments, the little conflicts that really kind of poke holes in your good energy. And so coming on top of that, 4 of Cups, which is all about You know, don't accept that, really. You know, it's like if you feel those conflicts or arguments and you don't want to engage in that, here she is, the meditating figure with the water flowing. All those little voices and, you know, people trying to pick and pull at you, or the voices in the head that pull you out of that calm place are there, but she's not tuning into them. She's totally tuning into herself. So this is all about, you know, turning within, going to that peaceful place. Because right now, here's the hopes and fears. It's like you really are wanting, this is what you really desire, is to tap into source. This is that fiery energy that already came through with the Emperor, with the King of Wands. We've got that deep connection to absolute, just pure power and positivity and radiance, and the universe is blessing you with this, coming in and saying, here you go, Capricorn, we're going to give you that extra fire, that extra shine, that extra star quality that's going to take you to the next level. But you're absolutely afraid that the other shoe's going to drop. And Capricorn, I swear, we do this more than any other sign. We always think that something's too good to be true. If something good is handed to us, we're like, okay, what's the catch? Where's the small print that I've got to read that tells me it's really not that good? So, you know, try to be aware of your own propensity for kind of spoiling your good fortune. And it's not always, you know, for nothing. I mean, when we've been disappointed, we've been let down, we kind of get, you know, once bitten, twice shy. It's like we want to, you know, be looking and making sure that doesn't happen again, because when Capricorn hearts hurt, they hurt. And the memory is very long for it. So I understand that absolutely. But this is kind of saying, you know, what's the worst thing that can happen, Capricorn? You've been through it. You're resilient. You're tough. You know that you can. So it's worth trusting source. It's worth trusting in the divine. And if that means you need to take some time to yourself to meditate, to get in harmony, to not necessarily go on somebody else's journey with them, that's just fine. You do what you need to do. The suggested outcome is absolutely gorgeous as well. Here's that healing card, that King of Cups. Lots of kings, lots of, you know, that divine masculine energy. It doesn't matter if you're male, female. These are not gender specific. But to me, whenever you've got a lot of kings coming up, it's like it's really stepping into the mastery of that element. And so to me, the King of Cups is the mastery of emotions. So you're learning to master those emotions. You're learning to better govern your own emotional state. And so you're healing within. And those points that are really highlighted in this card is the third eye, which, you know, the chakras, the heart, and the solar plexus, which is all about confidence, heart and emotional healing, and then that higher mind is healing. And on top of it, Capricorn, gorgeous card, love this. Three of Pentacles on top, which is really that this is divinely guided. Your healing and your projection is absolutely divinely guided. So there's that angel, you know, leading her forward, and there's a little bit of hesitation on her side. Right? She's kind of like, I don't know if I want to go forward. I don't know if this is, but it's definitely meant to be. So even if you feel a little hesitant, Capricorn, don't second guess, because Spirit is taking you to a place of higher healing, and absolutely greater potential and power for yourself. This is a very empowering reading, in my opinion. This is a very strong personal empowerment. I love it. All right, so let's pull one card from the Mother Mary deck and see what we have as a last bit of advice. Ooh, so what did we say about being honest with ourselves? We got the honesty card here, Capricorn. I am in touch with my true feelings regarding this situation. Saturn came up with truth. Now she comes forward with honesty. I love it. I love it. So be true to yourself. Don't second guess. You'll find so much more clarity when you just, you know, tune into yourself, tune out those outside voices, the ego voice, all of that, and get really deep in touch with your true self, Capricorn. So have a wonderful end of August. I'll be back very soon. Take care.